something's amiss.
Death approaches. Thought you could just get away from me, did you?
Thanatos, I figured it was only a matter of time before Father sent you after me to do his dirty work.
Zagreus, is that really why you think I'm here? Let's see how many of these exalted champions you can send back to their dooms, unless you'd rather I would send you back to yours. You left, without so much as telling me goodbye. I suppose you knew I'd catch up with you sooner or later. Is that it? No escaping death and all?
I left when it was necessary, Than. I thought of you and hoped you'd understand. I have to do this.
That's more motivation than I've ever heard from you. Well, if you won't say it, I'll say it. Goodbye, Zagreus.
But that was then and this is now, and we have work to do. Anyway, Than, I think we'd best continue this discussion at some other time.
You're interrupting private conversations, Zagreus. Leave us.
No, let him stay if that's what he wants. What does it matter? He's technically allowed within these halls, but he must know he isn't welcome anymore.
I hear something.
I am here. Thought I might find you all the way out here. Although, quite frankly, I'm surprised you're still alive.
I can hold my own in case you haven't noticed, Than.
I haven't, Zag. Now stand back and let me show you how it's done.
It isn't much, Than, but I got you something.
You want me to take that off your hands? Fine. But you are taking this from me. And if anybody asks, we're even. Or scratch that. Don't tell anyone about this. Understand?
Thank you, Than. I told you I don't need your help here, Thanatos.
It wasn't being offered. Just happened to be in the area is all. Carry on, Zagreus.
Rude.
Mother, is there something I can do to help with all of this? I spend too much time away from the house. Please, let me know.
You are already doing what you can to help, my son. Continue doing so. Matters are at stake here concerning you and all of us. Your support and choices in this shape the outcome that shall come to pass.
I understand, and I will do my best. Thank you for taking care of everything. I have every faith in you, Mother, and in this house. Farewell.
Farewell.
Something's off.
Quite a mess you've made here, Zagreus. You're back. I thought you made it out. No matter. Still running from yourself, I see. How's that been working out for you thus far?
I'm searching for my mother. You still live at home with yours. You don't know what it's like.
Mother Nyx was like a mother to you too, and this is how you repay her. You should be ashamed of yourself and learn your place.
Bye?
You took Lord Hades down. You really did. I've never seen him quite like this before. I could scarce believe it when he came up through the pool of Styx himself.
Seemed only fair in the grand scheme of things. He slew his own parents at some point, right? I think the Fates enjoy this sort of thing.
Come on, Zag. Take some credit where it's due. Though, you'll forgive me if I keep my distance for a little while, as I think you have some issues to resolve. You watch yourself.
Thanatos.
I have arrived. Still at it, I see. You're stubborn, and you are going to get me in a heap of trouble before all is said and done. What's with the look? You had your hands full, now you don't, thanks to me. Seems I'm left to thanking myself, since you're too proud to do it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say when he gets like this.
Hypnos, really, that is the worst idea I think I've ever heard. Do you understand how little sense that makes?
I'm just saying, maybe if you just, I don't know, had all the mortals die at the same time and say...
I don't know why I bother with you, honestly. Get back to work, and let me do the same.
Oh. It It's him.
Death has arrived. Let's see who's better at this, Zagreus. You seemed a little winded there, no? Not even close to the surface yet, either.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Than.
You're very welcome. Now I'd better get back before Lord Hades catches on to this. Go about your business, Zag. What if Lord Hades saw us chatting like this now? I risked everything by helping you out there and still you failed.
Turns out there's quite a lot of dead to fight down in the underworld. Though I probably got farther than I would have thanks to you.
Always happy to oblige. Especially when it causes me to risk my station. To risk everything I've worked for.
Thanatos?
Blood and darkness. Let's get this done. All of you, prepare to die again. What, really? Come on, what is this, Zagreus? You think handing this to me makes up for everything you've put us through?
It's just something I found out there that I thought you might like, Than. Don't think anything of it.
I've got to hand it to you, Zag. You're easy to track down. The shades of Tartarus are beginning to fear you even more than your Lord Father.
Oh, they won't fear me once they get to know me?
I'm not so sure about that. Even I'm beginning to fear you, I think. Seems I don't know you as well as I thought.
Thanatos, the world outside, didn't you say that it would make you sick being out there for very long at all? I understand now what you meant by that. Beautiful place and all, but it's good to be back.
See what I mean now, Zag? Nice place to visit on occasion, sure. But I definitely wouldn't want to live there.
Couldn't if I tried. Thanatos.
I got you. I got the message that you need assistance, Zagreus. All of you. It's over.
He's not kidding.
I'll take more down next. Listen to me. I don't know how else to put this, but I want you to come home voluntarily. It's not just you swept up in all this nonsense now. And I know you didn't ask for me to get involved, but what did you expect?
Than, home is never going to be the same for me. There's no use trying to pretend. I have to go.
You don't have to do anything of the sort. You have no idea how good you've had it here. Maybe someday you'll come to understand. Why bother with such empty gestures, Zag? You've said you're getting out of here. Best focus on that and leave me be.
It's not an empty gesture, then. Besides, if I wasn't trying to stay focused, I'd be drinking it myself.
Be on your way, Zagreus. I have an audience with Lord Hades in a moment. An inquiry into my recent absences.
What are you worried about, Than? You've never given him a reason not to trust you.
Recently, I'm not so sure. Whatever you're doing, it had better be worth it.
It's him.
Hello again.
Good to be working with you in a more official capacity, Zag. Shall we get started?
Don't know what you're expecting giving this to me. If there's a catch here, I don't want to know.
We've been through a lot, then, and I think we'll be going through a lot more yet. Consider it a token of our kinship.
So between us, all you're attempting to break out of here, over and over, you're now authorized to keep that up? Exposing weaknesses in underworld security, huh?
Something like that. I guess I've gotten pretty decent about escaping from a place that's known for being inescapable. Lets me keep in touch with the other side of the family. Work with you from time to time.
I have to say, I never thought I'd hear you talking about looking forward to working, Zag. You feeling all right? Spending too much time on the surface, maybe?
Oh, I'm feeling fine. I never thought I was much good at anything, but if my fated purpose is to be a master of frustrating father's efforts to make everything strictly perfect, I think I'm okay with that.
Well then, I'll be looking forward to working with you in a more official capacity, even if we're still supposed to keep it all under wraps, for sake of appearances. See you out there.
Bye, Than. I know that toll.
In the name of Hades. Barely caught up with you here, Zag. You must have had a little help from Hermes, I suppose.
Hypnos, this list has a bunch of tasks from I don't know how long ago. I mean, I took several of these last year, and you've already submitted this week's registrations. Why isn't that marked complete?
Don't you know it? I was just about to get to that. Then you showed up and I got so distracted it just kind of slipped my mind. It happens, right?
You need to focus, brother, or it'll be Lord Hades reprimanding you again. And that is not something you want.
Oh, I don't know about that. Last time I talked to Master, he made pretty clear he never wanted to speak to me again.
Oof. Sorry, Hypnos. It's him.
It's time. This one is off the record, Zagreus. Come on.
Thanatos?
I have returned. Figured you'd be up to have another of our little contests. Now let's go. What is it with the generosity lately? Look, I'll just stash this with the rest. If you really don't have a better thing to do with it, then dump it off on me.
Hey, that's an idea. One of these days or nights, we'll have enough of this stuff to throw a feast to make all of Olympus jealous. Than, what's your relationship with Ares on Olympus? I know he deals in death himself, but his approach seems rather different from your own.
I do not care for his approach at all, but he has been professionally courteous with me. More than I can say for most of your Olympian relatives, I suppose.
You mean the rest of the Olympians don't treat you well?
Discounting Hermes, I should say, the rest of them have nothing much to do with me at all. I can imagine why. I know it's complicated with your father here. But as for Ares, I think he's all right.
Disturbingly all right. Than!
How goes it, Zagreus? Looks like we've got an urgent work-related matter to attend to.
I know that toll.
Death approaches. I have a feeling this is not going to take much time at all.
Queen Persephone, all of us, we are most pleased you're back. If there is anything that I can do to ease your acclimation to this house, you need but ask.
Why, thank you, Thanatos. I'll take you up on that if I can think of anything anytime soon. But my, you've grown. I understand you've been looking after my son in the meantime.
Your son, he is very capable of looking after himself, it turns out. Although I try to be there just in case. Though I must beg your pardon, Queen. Someone awaits me on the surface now.
I know how mortals hate waiting around.
Something's off.
Life and death, one and the same. How about another of our little contests, Zagreus? You can't be serious. You're serious? You know what? Fine. I'll take this and we'll go about our business. Though I don't see why you bother.
Why I bother? Why, how else can I show you how I feel except by handing you these bottles from time to time? Than, you know Hypnos, he adores you. Besides just driving you to madness now and then.
I'm rather used to the relationship, thanks, Zagreus. Seems like you got to know him pretty well.
Well, dying repeatedly can end up bringing people closer, I suppose.
I don't know what's worse, dying repeatedly or Hypnos. Although I guess I'm grateful for your patience with him, Zag.
He's like an annoying little brother to me. Something's amiss.
Death has come. Hope you don't mind if I cut in here, Zagreus. Over here.
Answer me something, Zagreus. What am I to you exactly, as of late? Because sometimes with you,
I'm sometimes at a loss myself, Thanatos. Though one thing I know is it's always really good running into you out there. It's, well, exciting. Sparring with you and all that. And then I know it means that I might get to see you here.
Well, here I am. But you didn't answer my question. Though you know something? Forget I asked. I've got to go.
Wait. I hear something.
Thought I'd find you here. You have the butterfly I gave to you. Stay back then, and it'll make you stronger once I'm finished here.
About when we last spoke, I care about you, Thanatos, a lot. Though you asked what you are to me, how am I supposed to even answer that?
I don't know. Sometimes I miss not feeling anything. Can't always trust what feelings say. I get to thinking, are we only friends, or... Look, this is embarrassing.
To think discussing feelings would be even harder than annihilating Father's forces. But I've been asking myself the same thing, Than, if it's any reassurance.
Well, if you come up with any answers, I guess let me know. Good running into you.
You too.
You wish to see me once again, my lord? It's been a while since I had an audience with you.
It has. The last time, what was it you said? That there must be some resolution to the matter, as you called it, with my son. Well, it is settled now. Isn't it, boy?
I mean, you're still trying just as hard as ever to prevent me from escaping past the threshold of your realm, so I don't know if I'd exactly call the matter settled, but it does feel different now.
And so you see, I would continue in our mutual good graces, if you please. This house can only function if the upper management is in accord. What do you say?
I say you honor me, my lord. I appreciate you telling me yourself, and I concur that for the good of all the underworld, it is imperative that each of us continue to perform at our full strength.
Then, as you were, dismissed.
Death approaches.
You called? I can't stay long, so how about we get this business over with?
Thanatos.
Death is inescapable. I got the feeling you could use some backup here. Outdid me once again there, huh? I have to admit, you're not as bad at all of this as I expected. First I found you, I was certain that you had no chance at all.
I seem to have this whole easy to underestimate thing about me based on a decent sum of my relationships. In any case, I always welcome your appearances out here. I know it's not been easy for you, Than.
That's fair as an assessment, I would say. But then again, it's never been an easy time for me. I know I have to do my job, but I don't have to keep on helping you like this.
What, you're telling me this is it? You're just going to leave me to my own devices then? I've proved myself to you, something like that?
No, you deadbeat, I'm telling you the opposite. Why do you think I keep on showing up? You may not really need me, Zagreus, but I will take these opportunities to help. I take it that's all right.
It is all right. Thanks, Than. Hey, Than. For all the times you've bailed me out and just all the times you've been around for me, I thought I'd get you this. The real thing.
Ambrosia. Zagreus, where did you even... Don't you think this is a bit excessive?
You say that like it's a bad thing. A little bit of excess from time to time never hurt anyone, I'm sure.
Oh, you would be surprised. Though if you're going to embarrass me, you know what? I am going to reciprocate. Behold.
What? Thanatos, is this... You're really giving more to me? I'm deeply honored. Than, level with me on this. You didn't happen to hire a shifty character called Skelly to assist me here and there, did you?
Who? What? No. Why would you even ask?
Didn't think so. Thanatos.
Thought I'd drop in. Don't have much time, but let me see if I can pitch in.
For you, Thanatos. The Olympians might be accustomed to this stuff, but I think we should have our share of it down here. At least you should.
You know, the Olympians do have good taste in certain things. The last bottle you gave me, it was better than expected. Though I almost decided not to try it at all.
But try it you did. And now you'll get to try this one for comparison's sake. Each one's supposed to be different, you know.
Different, huh? Well then, I guess I'll have to see what you mean by that. Thank you, Zag. You didn't have to do this.
Yeah, but I wanted to.
Good to see you taking little Mort there on one of your strolls. Means I can better keep an eye on you out there.
He's been great to have around for sure. Still can't believe you found him after all this time. You used to always carry him around. I was so sad for you when he got lost.
And I cannot believe you still remember that. Regardless, he will not be getting lost again under your supervision. Accurate?
Accurate.
I saw the faded list of minor prophecies was requisitioned through the house contractor, Zagreus. Didn't take you for an agent of the fates.
Turns out I'm full of surprises, Thanatos. Though the three fates are your sisters, aren't they? Surprised you didn't requisition the list yourself.
Guess it just wasn't meant to be. Though, I don't know them at all. Keep only to themselves somewhere. Sometimes I wonder whether everything really is preordained or whether they're making all this up as they go.
I can hazard a guess. It's him.
Pardon the interruption. We'll catch up later. Now let's deal with these wretches and be done.
I hope you're ready for some more of the real thing there, Than, because I got you some and I won't be taking what is this, Zag, for an answer.
Ugh, what is this? Come on already, Zagreus. Are you just messing with me now? How did you even manage to get more of this, much less decide to hand it off to me?
In order, no, I'm not. By ransacking my father's realm repeatedly, and it's because I like you, Thanatos, in case you still have some misgivings about that.
You like me, Zagreus? I never thought. I don't know why that sounds so strange coming from you, given everything that's happened as of late.
Yeah. Look, if you don't feel the same way about me at this point, I would rather know. Cease all these coy gift exchanges and all that.
I never said anything like that. You know what? There's a bunch of mortals I have to go fetch. Goodbye.
Than, wait. Than.
I have returned.
Got little Mort with you there, huh? Well, there's no need to summon me this time.
Hypnos, you're not irreplaceable, you understand? If you don't shape up quickly, someone else is going to have your job.
Oh, I hear you loud and clear, Thanatos. And let me tell you, they will have the greatest job in all the underworld.
I feel like I'm not getting through to you, brother. Well, after the inevitable happens, don't come telling me I didn't try.
Don't worry, I won't.
Thanatos?
I sensed your presence here. What do you say we deal some death together, Zagreus? All of you?
Excluding me, I hope. Thanatos, I wanted to apologize for the last time I approached you with a bottle of the real thing and give the whole exchange another shot. Would that be all right?
You're asking my consent to give me yet another lavish gift. Sure, permission granted. Though what makes you think that your approach this time is going to be any more successful than the last?
I don't know that it will. I never really know exactly where I stand with you. But I know how I feel. And I'd rather be upfront with you even if it means risking our relationship such as it is.
Our relationship? It wasn't long ago you were prepared to throw it all away while making for the surface, if you don't recall. But now you're saying that you care for me. And what exactly, Zagreus?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Than. I should not have left the way I did without letting you know. But when you found me, I think that's when I knew, or started to realize, you know?
Yes, I know, I think, because when I heard you took off, the anger that I felt, it was It wasn't something I expected. So, what do we do now?
Maybe we ought to take our time. Unlike the real thing there, that's a commodity we have in good supply. Just know that if you feel the way I do, you know where to find me. And if not, I'm grateful anyway.
I see. Well then. The best that I can say for now is that I'm grateful too for this. Take care of yourself, Zag.
You too. Hey, Than.
I thought I'd find you here. I heard you got yourself into another mess that needed cleaning up. They're coming, Zagreus. Be on your guard.
I'll get right on it, Than.
Well, how often do you consult these lists you make? If you're spending too much time just making lists, you're not leaving time to get anything done.
Oh, I love making my lists. I always illustrate the edges. Each one is unique. That way, anyone who gets to review the work, it's a whole experience, you know? But I guess it does take up a lot of time.
You'll have to work around the constraints of your responsibilities. You do take breaks, don't you? Before and after each break, maybe that's a time to make sure your own list of priorities is up to date.
Wait, my own list of priorities? But you're saying I could just go and make a list for me? Huh. Oh. Whoa.
If that'll be all.
Thanatos.
I happen to be in the area. I heard there was a matter that required my attention here. Who wants to be the first to die again?
Not me.
I need to ask something of you.
Thanatos. I'd ask you to come in, but you're already here. It's really good to see you.
Just tell me one thing, Zagreus. Did you really mean what you told me before, that maybe we ought to take our time?
I just don't mean to push you, Than. I know all this is kind of a lot. And I wanted you to know this isn't some impulsive thing for me. I'll wait for you however long it takes.
You have no concept of which impulses to act upon and which to keep in check. You say you'll wait? Well, let me ask you this. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm here. Already. Right?
Than. Oh, you're right. Hey, Than. Look, speak up already. I don't like it when you're quiet for too long. What's on your mind?
A lot of things, and you will have to grow to like it, Zag. Or what I mean is, don't take my silence the wrong way, all right? I better get going, though. I'm way behind on work, but see you again, if that's all right.
It is. It is.
Looks like you have everything under control. Nice work, Hypnos.
Yep.
Thanatos.
I have returned. Want to stand back and watch me work here, Zag? Prepare yourselves.
You better.
I've heard that your reports have been immaculate of late, Hypnos. I have to know, who's helping you with them? It can't be Zagreus.
Oh, no, he doesn't help. It's just, I took to listing only the important stuff up top and spending just a bit more time on the priority reports, and guess it's working out.
Look, whatever the case, the work's improved. It's been observed. You ought to keep it up.
Aw, thanks.
Good work, Hypnos. Hi there.
time has come. Thought I might stop by and check up on this corner of the underworld, Zag. Think you can beat me, Zag?
One way to find out. Hey, what is it you're always staring at out there anyway, Fan? I don't see anything.
The river Styx is right in front of you and you don't see anything, Zag? I can watch it endlessly. Studying a competition, you might say. Most mortals expect to get here by river, with Charon. Not with me.
So you're locked in ruthless battle with a river, searching it for any signs of weakness, that sort of thing. That sounds stressful.
I find it rather soothing, as a matter of fact. A break from having to deal constantly with mortal souls. Speaking of which, I have to pick somebody up right now.
Go get them. Come on in, Than.
I found you, Zagreus. Good, I'm not too late. Got here as quickly as I could.
Think you can beat me again, Zag?
What do you think, Than?
Hey,
Thanatos, I ought to have asked by now, but what's it like? Up there, I mean, outside. You never talk about it. I almost forget that's where you go for work.
what can I say? It's different. I never stay up there for very long. Don't think I could. It starts making me feel ill. Too many sensations all at once. And when the chariot of Helios is in the sky, it gets so bright that I can barely see.
That sounds awful. If it's that bad, why would all the Olympians chat it up so much?
There's no accounting for their taste, I guess.
Just in time.
It's been a little while, hasn't it? I only have a little time until my next assignment, but this shouldn't take too long.
Here they come.
Well then, have at it. You and May go back a long way, don't you? I forget sometimes you two are pretty close.
Our responsibilities must have us cross paths often, yes. But I didn't really get to know her until after the whole humiliating affair with Sisyphus.
Oh, right. You got stuck in Tartarus after that, under Meg's personal supervision. So you bonded over your shared disdain for Sisyphus.
We each had to blow off some steam, yes. That was some of the hardest I ever worked back then, and her too, I think. When you go through something like that with someone, it brings you closer, I suppose.
I know what you mean. Get on.
Why, hello, Zagreus. We'll have to catch up at some other time, though good to see you anyway.
What do you say we end this quickly, Zag?
I say sure, Than. Sounds good to me.
You're back.
You and Achilles ever get to talk much, Than?
I have my orders, he has his. What do you think? Even back when he was still alive, there was no real chance I was going to be the one to take him here, given his line of work.
Because he was a warrior. When mortals die a violent death, they are no longer your case, are they?
No. I tend to those in less of a hurry to come here.
I know that toll.
Did you miss me, Zagreus? What say we go take care of business here just like we used to, Zag? What say we get things started?
Sounds good.
I saw you voided the old pact between Orpheus and your father. So now he gets to see his wife from time to time?
He does, and I did then. I think we can stand to see a little less of him if it means he can be happier for the remainder of eternity.
You really need to learn to stop meddling in others' affairs. Did either of them even ask your help? I can't imagine Orpheus did, and I'm guessing his wife's feelings were complicated too, from what I know of the circumstances of their final meeting.
What? Orpheus is my mate, then, and I came to know his muse Eurydice as well. They still had feelings for each other, but with no way to communicate.
So you decided to step in. I think my instincts on the subject are just not the same as yours. I know your intentions were in the right place, but you know what? Forget it.
Than, wait. Was just thinking about you.
Death is inevitable. Your father's forces making trouble for you, Zag? Can you deal death faster than
Let's find out.
Hey, I didn't mean to lay the guilt on you for what you did for Orpheus, Zag. I just worry when we get involved, we can make matters worse.
You haven't ever made anything worse then. But as for me, I realized what you meant. I was so eager to do something for Orpheus when I first met Eurydice, I never asked them if it was okay.
At least things turned out well for them, but that was fortunate. Family troubles, personal relations, and the like. It's sensitive business. Though, who am I to talk? You didn't ask me to show up like this.
I'm glad you did though, Fan.
Sorry, Zag.
Your mother's very clever, Zagreus. I always thought you got that from your father. Now I'm not so sure. So all is well with the Olympians again?
For now, I think it is. But you know how they are. How we all are, I guess.
Huh. Yes, indeed. Well then, I guess enjoy it while it lasts, as mortals sometimes say. I'll see you out there.
Bye, Than. Death approaches.
Thought I'd drop in. You've come this far, now let's make sure you go the distance, Zag. Together, like last time.
We have this. Oh.
Hey, Zag.
Hi, you two.
Zagreus, you don't have any doors. Why are you always so surprised?
Meg? Than? What are you two? What's going on? Whatever it is, I can explain. Oh, wait, you're both smiling. Oh. Let me just take this in a moment here.
You give Thanatos and me too little credit, Zag. We've known each other longer than you've been alive.
I'd say we know quite a bit by now, all things considered. Isn't that right, Megara?
Can't you see we're off duty right now, Zagreus?
Huh, well then. If this turns out to be some sort of dream, I will be very, very mad. Though, I guess there's one good way to find out. Wow. Whew, well now, where was I?
Well, I think we've reached an understanding here. I should be off. Until the next one, Zag. And Thanatos.
Bye, Zag.
Phew, well, that was... Here he comes.
I have returned. Had a feeling I would find you all alone out here. All in Elysium should know of us by
I know, right?
now. Back in one piece.
Hey, Than, tell me something, and forgive the awkward question here, but are we good? I mean, between us. Any infuriating habits I should know about, that sort of thing?
You know I don't have time to list all your infuriating habits, Zagreus. Though, if any of them were outside my usual tolerance threshold, I promise to let you know. All right?
So then we're good. Because I think we're good, but I just wanted to make sure.
We're good. See you, all right?
Good. I hear something.
I thought I'd find you here. Let's see who's better at this, Zagreus. This won't take long.
No, it will not.
So what I mean to say is that I'm sorry, Hypnos. You're my brother, but I haven't always treated you that way. Would you be willing to forgive me?
Oh, come on, Thanatos. Are you kidding me right here? We're like two skeletons in a crypt. You're the best, and you're always looking out for me. Even when you're not around for what can seem like eons at a time.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We each have got important jobs to do. Isn't that right, brother?
Huh, that is right.
It's him.
In the name of Hades. I got the message that you need assistance, Zagreus. Let's slay these wretches quickly.
Let's, by all means.
Good work.
I can hardly believe it. Hypnos finally came out on top, huh? Even Father seemed pleased with him. It's more than I get.
I can hardly believe it either, Zagreus. But then again, he's one of Mother Nyx's offspring, so we shouldn't be so surprised. Though I have to thank you for talking to me about him a while back.
Oh, that. I noticed you two getting along better recently. So what's your secret?
He loves lists. Doesn't do well with subtlety so much, but spell things out for him and he will get right on it. Long as he's awake, at least. He's still working on that part.
Who doesn't have room for improvement, though, right?
You would be wise to heed my words next time, and fear the consequences of eluding me. Death can be most unpleasant, as I'm sure you know.
Well, that's just it, Master Thanatos. I never was terribly fearful of you gods, if you'll forgive my saying so. Far as I can tell, all of you seem to have your struggles much like mortals do. A fear of death aside.
What would you know of the struggles of gods? Now you have eternity to think on what you've done. Maybe I'll check again with you after another eon or two, see if you've learned anything more.
That's who I think it is.
Hello, sir.
Prince Zed, just missed your stern-faced colleague. Feel that stillness hanging in the air? Sounds like he won't be checking up on me again anytime soon.
Thanatos really isn't such a bad sort once you get to know him, sir. Though I suppose you'll have to take my word for that.
Oh, I believe it, Highness. I should think that bringing death must be a lonely job. Perhaps you ought to try pushing a boulder sometime.
Was just thinking about you.
Thought I'd find you here. I can't stay long, so how about we get this business over with? Think you can beat me?
Occasionally, yes. Than, you don't take issue with me being close with Dusa, do you? She brings such warmth to this place. I really appreciate having her here.
You don't need to ask me such things, Zagreus. They're your feelings.
Yeah, well, thanks then. I hear something.
I happen to be in the area. Good, I'm not too late. Got here as quickly as I could. Together, we bring death.
Yeah.
I thank you for your blessings, Queen Persephone. Your son and I, we always were quite close, but through all this ordeal, we've become rather inseparable, I think.
Well, I can see he has better taste than I do, Thanatos. I have a sense of how industrious you are. You just take care of yourself, please. And take care of each other too, all right?
As you will, Queen. I mean, all right.
All right.
Here he comes.
Quite a mess you've made here, Zagreus. I heard there was a matter that required my attention here. Let's get things started then.
Race you, Than.
Am I imagining it, Mother, or has this house been running relatively smoothly as of late? Although I know I must be tempting the three fates by putting it like this.
It is through a concerted effort that the house thus thrives for now. Though it shall do so only through continued diligence on your behalf, and that of many others here. It is a good occasion to take brief reprieve, but we need you working to the best of your ability here, Thanatos.
Well, know that I am ever grateful, Mother, and I love you very much. Where would we be right now if not for you? I don't take what you've done for us for granted, nor does anybody here. You rest assured.
Thank you, my son.
Thanatos.
Returned. I only have a little time until my next assignment, but this shouldn't take too long. You so-called champions could use a lesson in humility.
Lesson 1. Don't mess with either one of us.
Looks like you have everything under control. Nice work, Hypnos.
Yeah!
Thanatos?
You called? You've come this far, now let's make sure you go the distance, Zag. I doubt this will take very long at all.
No doubt at all from me.
Your expertise is needed once again.
Then very well, Mother. I'll begin right away and be back soon.
Come on in, Than.
I got you. Thought I might stop by and check up on this corner of the underworld, Zag. Here they come. Fresh for the taking.
Well then, have at it.
We're in the middle of a conversation, Zach.
Catch up with you some other time, all right?
Get on.
I am here. I heard you got yourself into another mess that needed cleaning up. You might want to stand back there, Zag.
That's not my style, Than.
It just struck me how much you've changed, Zag. I still remember when you kept trying to singe Cerberus's tail with your feet. Haven't seen you do that in a while.
Well, I definitely learned my lesson there. But thanks, I guess. You've opened up a lot yourself, by the way. Talking to you lately, it's a world apart from the first time. You looked like you were going to slice my head off.
It sure must have taken a lot of courage for you to come right up and tell me you thought I looked better before I cut my hair. I still ask myself how come I didn't keep ignoring you after that. Or slice your head off.
Well, the option is always available, I guess. Hey, you ever think of growing it out again?
No. It kept getting in my way. Sliced it right off and never looked back. So, plenty of personal growth all around then.
Definitely. Just in time.
Death has arrived. What say we go take care of business here just like we used to, Zag?
Think you can beat me again, Zag?
What do you think, Than?
What is it, Zag?
I can tell when Mother Nyx is upset, Zagreus, and I know better than to ask her, so I'm going to ask you. What happened?
Probably because Nyx took issue with me chatting with Deucer from time to time. Is that really so unbecoming of me? Not even Father seems to care.
Well, Mother cares, and I for one know better than to question it. None of us would be here were it not for her. If she has a request for you, you honor it.
You're telling me I should just start ignoring Deucer from now on, like you do?
You're a god. I'm telling you to learn to act like one.
Than.
It's time. We'll have to catch up at some other time, though good to see you anyway. Let's see how quickly we can wrap this up.
Let's see indeed. I'm sorry I raised my voice with you last time, Than. I know Nyx put so much into this place and has nurtured so many of us here.
It's not me you should be apologizing to, Zag. Although, with Mother Nyx, sometimes it's best to leave her be. As for Dusa, I didn't mean to suggest you should abandon your friend.
Thanks. Thanatos.
Pardon the interruption. Looks like we've got an urgent work-related matter to attend to. What say we get things started?
Sounds good.
Mother Nyx told me you restored the eldest sigil, Zagreus. I couldn't believe that was your doing. What you did, it meant a lot to her.
It was my pleasure. Say, did Nyx ever let on to you of her relationship with Chaos at any point?
No, not everyone is quite as sharing as you are, Zag, nor as inclined to pry. But still, in this case, sounds like it worked out. So thank you, if she hasn't said as much.
Least I could do for all she's done for me. I know that toll.
Death approaches. Had a feeling I would find you all alone out here. Let's get to it then.
Absolutely. Than, I thought you ought to know that Ares, I think he's taken quite an interest in Nyx. Keeps asking me to talk to her on his behalf.
Finally. It's about time Olympus took notice of Mother and all her accomplishments.
Finally? You don't think Ares has untoward intentions or anything like that?
He'd be a hollow fool if he did. Why do you think they fear us on Olympus, Zagreus? Because of Hypnos? I don't think Mother Nyx requires your concern. Though by all means, talk to her about it if you like.
You're probably right.